All right.
and
That's the end of
welcome.
the podcast.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
See you guys. We did our time.
Welcome to episode 77 of Unqualified Game Chat, where we tell you that we're going to record every week, but then we take a couple of weeks
I
off.
don't know if that happened.
I'm your host, Azar Lopez, and with me, as always, the spectacular, the splendid,
spectacular Spencer, man.
Ooh, he wrote himself a theme song.
No, I stole that. That's the spectacular Spider-Man.
You're gonna get us sued.
But I put my name
in this political climate.
It's a parody. I put my name in.
Yeah, well, you can't get away with anything.
Fair
anymore.
use. Where's
can't get away with anything. We got blue check marks fighting. So much happened over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, the world like imploded. Quite drastically.
Yeah, it's a strange time it's a strange time to not give a fuck because
so true. It's so true.
I don't give a fuck. And like
I give a fuck about certain things. When the missile hit Poland, I was like,
ooh, that was kind of scary.
I hope that doesn't.
I didn't know we were going there.
No, I'm saying that's something that's happened.
Yeah, you're right. I'm talking more like oh
yeah, no, when Elon took Twitter, I didn't fucking care.
Yeah, I mean if you want to talk,
who cares what happens
it's really
to the bird
sad.
app?
It's really sad, what's happening in Ukraine and the Poland. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Condolences to anybody in the area.
Can we talk about me again? I mean, we kind of got off the rails there, but I like to shift it back to talking about myself because
was I house sitting in the last episode? That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. It was like 3 weeks ago.
My Steam Deck arrived.
Happy Steam Deck to you. Did you put those little analog sticks on there yourself?
Yeah, they came with the case, so I thought may as well make it look a little visually distinct because no games use the Steam Deck pressure things on the analog stick, so who cares?
Are you having fun?
Yeah, I have all sorts of wacky little games on there.
Does it play pornography?
I'm sure it does. I don't do that on there because
you don't want anyone searching your history.
I definitely, when I was like, when did okay, so when I was like 16 or 17, I definitely had porn on my Vita. Absolutely.
You're a bad boy.
Because I was like, man, I don't like looking at it on my phone because I don't know.
You want the OLED screen. A man knows what he wants.
Yeah,
so
that was the big thing.
He only watches his porn on OLED.
I am not sexually aroused if it's not OLED.
Yeah, if you don't have this crisp contrast on all the
or all the 480p pornography. Yeah, no.
Well, I think I luck out
about my porn. Not a topic I was looking into today, but let's talk about let's talk about how nuclear war. Lots of game stuff has happened.
We'll get into chill out, Spencer.
Sorry, I keep trying to go fast.
I know this show's supposed to be about video games, but
it's really not.
Is that what
pornography happens?
Is that really what people want to hear about? Do they really come here for video game talk? I will say that we missed one of the weeks because I went to play Wulong.
Mm-hmm.
Game's dope.
Yeah, I remember you said this game's dope to me.
Yeah,
specifically.
It's pretty good. It's very Neo-esque, but a little faster and different ways to play. Really cool game. You could juggle enemies with like a spear, which is nice.
That's cool. And then the second week, was it another event you were at?
Second week, I'm going to blame it on you cutting your finger.
No, that was last week. That's third week.
I might have went to another event.
Yeah, I think you were at another event, and then last week
cut your finger.
Last, because you can see it right here. Last week I was making a bagel during work, and forget it. I don't want to.
The old work bagel.
I was making a bagel during work and I was cutting it with a big sharp knife, and I was not paying attention because I thought, hey, I've cut a billion bagels, whatever. And
it's second nature to me.
Yeah, exactly. I sliced my thumb open, and it bled for 20 minutes. So I called 811, which is not urgent 911. Because I was like, okay, this is bleeding long enough after being compressed that I'm a little concerned, but it's definitely not 911 worthy. So I called 811 and they said, we'll have a nurse call you in the next hour. I said, oh, okay.
Did they call?
So I sat at my kitchen table for 25 minutes with paper towel on my thumb. And then nurse called. She was like, oh, how deep is it? And I was like, oh, I can't look. It's bleeding. I don't know. Like, it's deeper than a paper cut. It's still bleeding after 45 minutes. She was like, okay. Well, I was a lot more polite than that. And she was like, okay, go to the ER. I was like, oh, okay. The whole time, like, my bosses at work are laughing at me because it's a pretty fucking stupid injury, a bagel wound.
Everyone deserves a bagel wound. I mean,
I have a very silly life. That's what I'll say. I've learned in the last couple weeks that I really am. I was born to be an internet clown. Because my life's a circus. Because just dumb, stupid shit happens to me, and it's always funny. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. So I went to the ER, and I don't even think you know this part, but it's stupid. I went to the ER. I went to the triage person. I was like, they were like, okay, let's take a look. And they looked at it and it was bleeding. And they were like, okay, gauze it up. They put the bagel thing in my file, which was great. And then they're like, okay, go wait in this hallway. You'll need stitches. And I said, okay. And I waited in the hallway for like 4 hours. And then I got called in by the doctor. I said, yippee. Especially because I was really hungry because the nurse asked if I got to eat the bagel, and I did not. And B, I really had to pee because I couldn't undo my belt with one hand. And
I mean, that's just something you learn over time, my friend.
Yeah. So I go in, and he goes, "Oh, can you take off the gauze?" I said, "Yeah." And I'm like holding it over a garbage can because it's bleeding through the gauze a little. And he goes, "Oh, that's not that deep." And he throws a Band-Aid on the bed, and he says, "That just use that, you'll be fine." And then he leaves. And so I didn't need stitches. Waited for 4 hours to be told to put on a Band-Aid.
Was it a Flintstones Band-Aid?
No, it was a really weirdly shaped one. And so I was like awkwardly unpacking it with like two fingers, these fingers, because my thumb was still bleeding in the garbage can. I put it on, which I don't blame the doctor. He's probably fucking like 3 shifts overworked, whatever.
Yeah.
So I put it on and I went home and I ate cold ravioli and went to bed.
I think all us U.S. Listeners and myself can now agree that maybe free healthcare isn't.
To be fair, I didn't have to pay $1,000 plus for the Band-Aid.
Yeah, you would have. In America, that Band-Aid would have been upwards $2,000.
Yeah, no, I was there and then I left and there was no payment at all. So,
all right. Well, you got me there.
So that's why we didn't record, because Wednesday night I was sitting in the hospital for a really dumb reason, and then this week we are recording. So count your blessings.
We're here.
I'm just kidding. I love our funny little characters out there who watch and listen to this.
But that said, this is Unqualified Game Chat is recorded every week, posted to podcast services on Thursdays and hopefully Thursdays. And we like to hang out. We like to party.
Audio listeners who can't see when I showed my thumb, picture like a really cool big like squall scar on my thumb. That's what
squall scar. I wanted to talk to you about I wanted to go over the Game of the Year nominees for the Game Awards 2022. And then we'll just touch on them.
Yes.
And we will for sure have an episode where we go over our games of the year.
Yeah, it'll probably come out in 6 months, but it'll happen.
And I feel like I feel like maybe one of these games will be on our list.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go through them.
I'd say 2 for me, but yeah. Well, that's just a guess. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so A Plague Tale Requiem.
I haven't played it.
I played it.
You liked it?
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good game. For such a small team over at Asobo, to put together such a creative title,
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think what I like about the game is that they don't overdo it, but they also don't underdo it. They have a nice balance of like keeping the system of kind of puzzle elements getting from point A to point B and how you navigate that, but they open it up to more interpretation from the player. There's different ways to go about it. The times that I don't like it is when they don't give you that choice. Like there's a particular scene where these two soldier characters walk out with this prisoner, and pretty much the moment that you try to interject, the prison character dies. But I think on the opposite end, if you were to do it fast enough or go about something different, maybe he lives, because it wasn't a strong character. Like he never came up again. But I wish that I had that option instead of just like, I don't know, kind of immersion breaking when I kill the guys really fast, but the guy still dies.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's fair.
It kind of sucks.
Fair. I played, but I know it's about rats and sick people, and I think I already told the story of when I fell asleep by accident. So
this one generally is more it's more supernatural.
Ooh, scary rat.
Her brother has a secret power, and that's utilized more in the century. But you can also shoot people now.
Wow.
With a crossbow.
I don't know why we need that kind of thing in entertainment when the world's already so evil, but okay.
Yeah. Well,
no, that's cool. I would definitely shoot people in that game. Anyway.
Next game. Elden Ring.
I haven't played it.
You haven't played it?
No. I fully believe what everyone says about it. My brother got obsessed with it for a very long time. A lot of my friends have. I just I haven't played many Souls games, and B, it's been a pretty busy year. So
we say that, but has it really been a pretty busy year?
It's been a busy month this last month, but
I think your life has been busy.
My life has also been very busy.
This year was the year that I would say defining year for Spencer becoming a man, breaking that border, that barrier of, am I a child? Am I a man child?
I'm still mentally,
or am I a man
child? But it's not in like a weird way, like people on TikTok. It's like in a charmingly stupid way. Like I cut myself making a bagel and then go to the hospital and then get a Band-Aid. So
do you ever take an hour out of your afternoon just to cry?
No, I'm too emotionally stunted for that.
Oh, you're a robot.
I just take a little bit longer to fall asleep and feel very upset, and then maybe listen to videos to fall asleep or something like that. But yeah, no, it not a robot, just a not healthy person. But who is healthy? Am I right?
Not to condone drug use, but maybe take an edible before bed.
I don't mess with any drugs because my brain is scrambled eggs already. And, if I were to, I've heard some people say like, yeah, it might relax you, but it also might make you kind of on edge. I don't need to be more on edge.
Tell
I don't
those
need to risk
tell those
that.
people to shut up.
Also, I don't have fucking money for drug.
That's true. You just have money. You just have money for My Hero
Toys.
Academia figures.
There's only
Yeah.
3 My Hero Academia figures.
Whatever, dude.
There's Deku, there's Bakugo, and there's All Might. And this is the One Piece one.
Did you get any of the T-shirts from Uniqlo with their collaboration with?
I can't fit in fucking Uniqlo. I'm way too fat.
No. Oh yeah. Ooh.
But I'm working on it. But yeah, I need to resume gym going because the gym's close to me now. Like I'm near a gym. I can walk there in 10 minutes at most.
Not 45 minutes.
Yeah, not fucking 45 minutes at 5 a.m. But I have not had, I think I've had one weekend of not doing things while living here. So imagine my weekdays. So I need to, for my own health, start going to the gym again. But heavens, has it been very busy. It should be quieting down soon. But also it's Canadian winter now. So that's going to be really fun to walk through.
Yeah, the good thing about where I live right now, it's like so nice outside. So I'm running outside. I'm running 8 miles a day right now.
Right now, outside, it is here. It is what Amazon order shipped. Excuse me. Right now it's -1 here. What Amazon order shipped? I didn't order anything.
Still does.
Okay, well, really fittingly, while I was talking about being a child, my cool figure of Gore the God Butcher from Thor comic books just shipped. So
you're a very strange person.
I just really like the run of comics that he shows up in. Anyway, any single ladies out there, just shoot me a link. All this can be half yours.
Yeah.
All this, my laundry I haven't folded, my One Piece shelf, my Slowpoke plushie. You know, it's I have a lot of assets.
You're really making the world drown right now.
It's fucking gross. Yeah, no.
Well, yeah. I'll follow you to the gym. We'll gym together someday.
One day.
So Elden Ring is a game.
Elden Ring, yeah, I gotta play it. I want to play it, but I haven't.
I only played it for like an hour. I'm not holding that against you.
Closed beta, but that was it.
You know, my hipster attitude on Elden Ring is just like I played it, and then some people on
everybody said it's good, so I said fuck that.
I'm gonna turn on a visual novel.
I recently Googled why can't I pay attention during visual novels.
You Googled that?
I just have brain rot. I think that's what it is.
You know what I do? I put on lo-fi beats, and then that keeps my second brain focused on that. And then I'm like, when I read manga, if I don't have music playing while I'm reading manga, I'll start checking my phone. If
I think about it while reading manga, that'll happen. If I think like nothing's playing, but if I can if it's really good and I can get into like a zone, like reading like every month when a Chainsaw Man Part 2 thing drops, or like One Piece every week or whatever, I can get through that like real easy. But if it's something where it's like I should read this and I try to and it doesn't immediately hook me, and I notice there's no white noise, I'm like, oh fuck, my internet rotted brain needs me to kill something on screen. So
yeah, there's also something to say just about putting a visual novel on auto, putting on it in a second screen.
It just becomes kind of like an anime.
And then you're just kind of watching it. You're kind of working, and then you're just doing anime shit. Really,
so true.
That's how I especially kinetic visual novels. That's how I like to look at it.
Yeah.
So, Elden Ring is probably a good game.
Mm-hmm.
God of War Ragnarok. This one is pretty controversial edition.
I own it. I bought it off Amazon the other day, but I haven't started it yet.
Did you buy the PS4 or the PS5 version?
PS5.
Okay, so the PS4 version is significantly cheaper, and it has a free upgrade.
Yeah, but it won't look nice on my shelf.
You want that?
Also, I didn't know that. So
you want that white?
No, I just didn't know that. But
yeah. Pretty annoying, huh?
It is annoying because it was It was 89.99 Canadian
Yeah,
before taxes.
it's an expensive game.
But I'm excited to play it. I really liked God of War 2018 because it felt like a trip to Florida. My dad and I did because Kratos is very much my dad. He's even since I was a little kid called me boy. So that was very like I was like, oh, that's just me. And also just the dynamic very similar. So I think I got some extra enjoyment out of it because of that like personal way that it goes with my life. But it was also just an enjoyable game. So I'm looking forward to it.
I thought it was a goddamn snooze fest.
I mean, there are no anime titties. So
There's just something like it was, there was a fight, the first fight with that one guy where it's in the first game and
Balder.
And you're fighting in the woods
through the tree.
That fight was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool fight. And that's the only thing that I'll admit is cool about that game.
That first fight is so fucking fun where you're just wailing on him and punching him through shit.
Oh, and
I like that's so good.
And the thing is like I wish it kept with that momentum, but it doesn't. It slows down to a fucking snail crawl when you're like going over to some bitch's house that you don't know, and you're
it's
like walking. You're like walking through flowers, and you're
different like attention spans in different ways. Like I don't have the attention span for Otomes, but I have the attention span for like Sony third person action games with a lot of walking. But then you don't have the patience for that, but you have the patience for literal text.
Yeah,
so we're like literally like two separate sides of the spectrum.
You're just rowing a boat and being a little bitch and crying all the time. Oh, my wife!
Did you see that the new one?
My son!
Well, I'd be pretty upset if my wife and son died. Not that I have them. But did you see it canonized PlayStation All Stars? It's going around right now. They said someone, I don't know if it's Mimir, because I don't know if he travels with you again, but he's like, oh, have you ever been in a tournament, Kratos? Kratos is like, I've been in many tournaments, including one that had a princess and a musician and a undead and an automaton. And they're like, oh, that must have been the best one ever. And he's like, I choose not to speak of it. So
that makes me want to play the game.
That
makes me want to play the game, to be honest with you.
That's a really fun little detail.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For those who haven't played PlayStation All-Star, it is actually a really fun game.
It's fun. I platted it. It's really fun.
It is. It is
obviously not like as maybe mechanically sound as like Smash Bros. Because
you could cheese. There's some cheesy characters. There's a lack of balance.
I really like how it did stages where it would mix two franchises in a stage.
So
Loco. I mean, the choices were weird. Like Loco Roco Metal Gear is a very strange mix, but I think that was actually really beneficial and interesting. So
I loved the Uncharted stage.
Yeah,
really cool. The plane, yeah.
What was that mixed with? It was
I don't know.
I can remember the stage vividly, where like you're in the hangar
and you're jumping down the boxes, and
it's with Columbia from BioShock Infinite. Yeah, I remember that. It's crazy. Yeah,
good game.
That was good. That was a fun game. I still have the God of War Patapon crossover song stuck in my head sometimes because it's all like epic and like cinematic, and then the Patapon starts singing. They're like, "Oh, Pata, you Patapa." It's like, wow, that one song is the most persistent thing about that game to me. So.
That's a shitty thing about Sony is they're not down to take chances anymore. They're all about money.
Down to be silly.
And then you have Microsoft putting out games like Pentiment, just fucking blowing me away with like.
I love Pentiment. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, dude, I didn't either. And then I'm playing it, and then I'm like, whoa, okay, this sucked. Within the first like 10 minutes, I thought I was gonna hate it because the trailers suck for it. But then like the story is super good, and I love the idea of a non-canon story. So there's no true canon. So there's no like morality scale.
Angry.
yeah, there's no morality scale to tell you, oh, that was the right choice, that was the wrong choice. Everything is like built upon your character and
That's cool.
your responses. It's super cool.
I'm like two acclaimed indie games behind the current. Like that's the current one. I'm still starting Inscription, so I'm very behind.
I actually got to play that game,
I played
and
the first stage and it was really cool.
yes, you can get through it, and it's not that long. So
I gotta once review season dies down a bit. I'm gonna
but then end of year review season comes, and you have to play all the.
once that season dies,
You got to play Plague Tale Requiem, I guess,
Plague Tale Requiem. Oh yeah,
and then you got to play Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, and that. Well, it's that time of year when you get to play all the GOTY stuff real quick. So
Yeah. So God of War is a game. Horizon Forbidden West. You know, honestly, and I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about this game.
I'm shocked it was this year.
I forgot about it.
I haven't played it. I think there's a whole episode where I talked about the first one and how it wasn't what I hoped. Maybe the second one is. I don't know. I'll play it.
There's no bathing suit DLC.
That's true. That's the title of one of the episodes, I think.
If they wanted my money.
All I know about that game is the Twitter discourse of there being way too many hints, which I can completely understand because Sony's really big on that, on having characters be like, maybe if I pull this lever, it'll activate this puzzle. They'd be like, I'm not sure what to do, but I could try doing that. I'm like, okay. I'm working on it. Let me. Just had a long day.
Let me play.
I'm trying to solve the silly God of War puzzle to get a trophy. So shut up.
You're going the wrong way.
I'm not sure. I want. You know what I fucking want? I want a character to give you wrong hints. I want a character to be like, maybe if you do this, and then you almost die, and then your character goes, "What the fuck?" And then he goes, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you're playing.
That'd be kind of funny. That'd be funny like one time, but that'd be a pretty good one time.
A one timer.
Yeah. You can't. I'm not saying Sony should pivot to doing that every time because that'd be just as annoying. But I think one time sprinkled into the 10,000 hints, that'd be pretty funny.
Send me it.
Also, just make it a toggle. It doesn't add to Kratos' character for him to say, "I wonder if pressing this button will make me go up." It's not really a character trait. So. But I don't know.
I totally forgot about this game. I haven't played it.
I like shooting arrows, but
Stray.
I haven't. I have it because everyone has it because it was free on PlayStation Plus.
I think the silly thing about Stray is I'm sure it's a good game.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a good game. The thing, the silly thing is that other games came out this year.
Sonic Frontiers. I'm not saying that ironically. I'm not.
Did you play Sonic Frontiers?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish platting it tonight.
I think Bailey beat you to that.
He did because my thumb was bleeding, which put me behind a few. Not only my thumb was bleeding, and then the next day my fridge, it didn't die. It heated up. My freezer was 30 degrees and my fridge was 60 degrees. So all the food I bought the day before went awful. So for the last week, I've been constantly putting out fires. So my Sonic review is super behind, but it went out today. So go to Monster Vine and read my my Sonic review because
what'd you give it?
It's from the heart. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 because we don't have a 7.5, which is what I think it would be perfectly. But that's the most affectionate 7.5. I'm not saying it Sonic has a long way to go. I fucking love Sonic. I've loved it since I was a kid. I've been through all the ups and downs. I've played 06. I've played Unleashed. Whatever. And I've still stuck through it. And I think this is a really exciting basis for where Sonic can go now. So it has issues, but there's some really great stuff, and I've really, really enjoyed my time with it. So even though it might not be ranked, rated as a game of the year, it's not a 5 out of 5, I do think the experience itself, if you're a fan of Sonic, is substantially enjoyable. I don't know. I've really enjoyed it.
I think the Somnium Files
Oh, I have to play it. I have it.
would have been better than Stray. I just see Stray and I see the hype behind it. It's not gonna win this award.
It's not gonna win this, and if it does, everyone's gonna be really angry.
It's not gonna win. Fucking Ragnarok's gonna win.
Ragnarok is probably gonna win.
The last game that I'll say on the list, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I doubt it's gonna win.
I doubt. Yeah, it's not gonna win, but I really, if it does, I'd be very happy.
And like people are just like, oh, finally they're recognizing different games, but also it's like, who cares? Like
it's the Game Awards.
Yeah, these like
there is no gaming Oscars. There's no like I need to care about this movie. Like play what you want and read reviews and stuff if you don't know if you want it. But like there's no prestigious awards that are like, I don't know. There's not even like the Game Awards are not like, the announcements are typically fine, but the show itself is typically just not anything. So I think you should I'm giving a lot of unsolicited advice this episode, but I think you should just I don't think you should get heated over the Game Awards because it's not worth it. It's Game Awards.
If there's one list that you should pay attention to, it's mine.
And then mine too.
Because I have the definitive best of games list.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, definitive, really.
Yeah, Digimon Survive.
Digimon Survive is really good.
It was really good.
Did you cry?
I don't cry. I've told you, I'm not
you have issues
enough to cry.
You have issues, man.
Last time I cried was when my dog died. I haven't. So I'm pointing that out because I'm capable. So I'm not too fried mentally, but it's not common. So if Azario died, I would probably be very upset. No, I would be very upset. I would.
And you would avenge me because clearly someone tried to kill me. And you would move to California.
Someone very clearly tried to kill you.
You would move to California. You would start investigating. You would start a podcast about investigating my murder.
True crime, my friend, the dead guy.
And you would unqualified true crime.
Isn't that all of them? Isn't it? I'm sorry, just scrolling through like what reviews we've put out this year so I can know what else came out this year that could replace Stray. But
Digimon Survive.
Should we do a new link quick?
No, we could just end the episode.
Oh yeah, that was all the games. Okay.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh yeah, Ghostwire. And Pokemon Legends Arceus, if you look past it looking really ugly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with Ghostwire. I really liked it. And
one of my favorite games.
It's really good. It's I think it should have been a little bit more popular because it was really good. Also, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga was ridiculously full of content if you like Star Wars. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good year for, like, a lot of people were saying at the beginning of the year that this is like the year where we're going to feel the effects of COVID on development, but it's still been a pretty good year.
People don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
Well, that's our show. We'll come back next week. It's going to be
it's going to be the best.
Oh, next week is Thanksgiving for...
Oh yeah, ours was in October, so
next episode will come out on Thanksgiving, and put it on with your parents. Listen, show them your friends. Oh, Zario and Spencer.
You have a crush on. Maybe both.
Have a good week, everyone. Thank you for hanging out.
Bye-bye.
Noisy Pixel.